very early in the game. I say that when about 52 minutes in, on top of the second.
And apologies to everyone, I hadn't actually hit the go live button on YouTube, so we did record it.
So it'll be up there later.
So we will repost the game later. Good morning to everyone watching online. Apologies for the delay in the feed. We were delayed in getting started, as there was a lot of other preparation work to do around the venue with the ground. Wilson Spink's not happy with that pitch. Thought he might have snuck in a fastball on the inside corner for strike 3, but it wasn't to be. And Mayoto reaches by the way of the base on balls for the second time today. So 3-2 ball game here. Top of the second inning, 2 outs.
Now facing a hitter he struck out first time around. Figured that Curtis can swing the bat in the 3-hole, but you've got to be aggressive here with bases loaded. Challenge this guy who struck out his first time up.
As Air Force EBSN tries to take off again, but crew doing a good job holding things down. So Zach Curtis from the left side.
So often about mindset for young pitchers in this sort of sports, isn't it, Luke? You're frustrated they missed that pitch in the last at bat. You can't let that affect what's coming up here as he beats him with another good fastball in the inside.
Sometimes you just want that pitch more than, you know.
Especially in a situation where it's not actually hurt you yet on the scoreboard. Still got a chance to get you out here and get out of the inning. Just overthrown that pitch a little bit to miss outside 2-1. Big spot here in a game we're already quite deep into in terms of time, considering it's only the top of the second.
Swing and a miss.
And he's beating him with that inside pitch again. If he can live up there, I don't see him catching up to it.
Curtis was nowhere. Curtis. He hasn't been anywhere near those 2 high fastballs.
If I'm his catcher, Parkinson, right now, I'm saying go right back there. Missed his spot on the outside. And now, probably the biggest pitch of the game to this point so far. 3-2 count, bases loaded, 2 away. The top of the second.
Pitch number 65 coming for Spinks here, so it's certainly gone through a lot of pitches in the first 2 innings. Doesn't get the call on the outside corner, and it will be another walk, so 3 walks in the inning, really hurting the Manly side. And Sean Parkinson will just go out and have a quick chat on the mound, just calm his pitcher down, get his head in the right frame of mind, and they'll work together to get this final out of the inning.
It's been a credit to Canterbury hitters coming to the top of the lineup, realise that he's having a few more troubles than he's like throwing strikes, been patient at the plate, and those last 2 walks from your 2 and your 3 hitter, not getting over aggressive, just taking what's given to you and passing the bat on to what looks to be quite a strong lineup. Speaking of that, Campbell steps up. On base throw via walk. First time up. And takes ball 1. Low and in.
But we've also seen lots of patience from the Manly hitters.
That's right.
At the bottom of the lineup, so they just needed to be doing the same job.
There are runs out there today. Make no mistake about that.
Make Riley Kenny throw strikes and take the walks when they're given to him. Riley Kenny spent a lot of time in that dugout during this top of the second inning, so whilst it's a good thing that you putting pressure on the other pitcher, it's also putting a little bit of pressure on your own pitcher.
And he's
Giving
having
that extra rest.
he's having joy inside, Spinks. Every time he's thrown there, threw it inside to Curtis in that last at bat. And it's been the same this time around. They can't deal with his velocity at the moment when he is hitting the zone. And two just above the letters. Count goes 2-2 and it's time to hit a spot. Trying to establish that inside fastball, just gone a little bit too far this time around.
Yeah, Billy Green doesn't like that inside pitch. He won't call it a lot of the time.
Wonder if he's been lulled into a false sense here. You gave him that first pitch he threw in there. Might be time to move to the other side of the plate here. Same spot, 3-2 pitch coming up. Bases loaded, 2 out. This ball game's tied in the top of the second. Spinks turns and steps off. We'll reset the payoff pitch with 2 out, bases loaded. And it's popped up to the right side. Squeezed by Grant. And Manly get out of it with just the 1 run across in the top of the second.
So 3-3. And we're the bottom half of the Manly lineup with Ryan Ego, Troy Withnell to bat before back to the top of the order with Jacob Wanda. Why can't just froze? Fucking hell. What's up, Els? Hey? Oh, I haven't done it yet. I'm fighting issues here at the moment. Shit's just fucking not behaving. Oh, fuck, I'm so painful. Nah, don't tie it off. They're pegged in. Oh, so we're rolling. That's good. She's just observing at the moment.
Pieces, yeah.
Seeing how much different stuff can not work.
And we're back. There we go. La 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 la. Don't know if that's the camera. Oh my god, bro, come on. I don't want to teach Kiana bad habits yet.
She already knows bad habits. Actually, she doesn't need to know. She fit right in last night with the amount of food she ordered.
That's going to be held against me for the whole season.
Yep.
Go do stuff.
Especially bullying.
French fry pizza. It's a good idea at the time.
Mum, so yeah. My coach was trying to shove it down my throat.
I had Jackson come in and throw a pillow on me at 10 to 7 this morning. So thanks, bro.
Those 3 at 7th day. Put on the worst headache like I was hungover.
Which time you didn't make it to Manly?
No, he left.
Oh, you left early?
He left earlier, yeah. We went to Dad and Days, then we went to Buckety's, then you went home, didn't you? Yeah. because Nomad was closed. And then we went to the hardboard till closing time, and then we went home after that.
Yeah.
Brenda was like, "Yeah, I'm going home." I was like, "Good choice, bro."
How was Izzy?
She, oh,
Stasia and
yeah. So it was me, Brenda, and Stas.
yeah,
Izzy went home after Dad and Dave's.
yeah.
I think, yeah. Well, this is good. I'm still getting the feed, but my computer's just died.
You call that?
Yep, strike three. Strike three.
Trigger that to happen.
Yes. Well, so that's the live picture now, right? Well, a little bit delayed, but that's like it's still putting a picture out, but it's just in freeze mode. There we go. Oh, I need some fizzy. Need some fizzy. Grounds the ball right side to the second baseman in the dirt, and oh my god, throw the ball, mate. Unlucky there. The ball just not thrown hard enough to get it to the first baseman, and it'll be another error in this ball game. 3 each now for both sides. That'll be Manly's first base runner of this second inning. So same as the last inning, first batter gets out, second batter gets on. And just got to remind our camera operator to make sure he's switching angles. So top of the lineup for the Eagles with Jacob Wanda. He takes ball one. So Jacob Wanda draws the walk there. It gives Manly 2 runners on again. Go ahead run in the form of Troy Withnell at second base. And Jacob Wanda behind him at first with the very dangerous Sean Parkinson. Was one of Manly's best hitters throughout the club last year. And he takes ball one up high. Takes that pitch down the middle. Struck there by Kenny.
Can't see them putting anything too spectacular on here. Just let your key hitter swing the bat.
Kenny missing away with that pitch. 2 balls and a strike.
Good count here for Parkinson. 2 runners on, can be aggressive.
That one misses up, so it's now 3-1. does take ball 4. So, as we mentioned before, mate, both teams really working counts deep, taking the opportunities of the pitches that aren't strikes.
Fielding teams working hard for outs.
So we are going to have a pitching change here. We will now bring you those teams. We are just having a few technical issues. Technology not being our friend today. So the Canterbury lineup, we have lineup. It's been up there long enough. So Wilson Spinks steps into the batter's box with loaded bases and only one out. The first pitch is spiked and nicely blocked by Jedrzak behind the plate. He's been made to work today. 1 ball, no strikes to Wilson Spinks. Takes that one down for ball 2. Punch on the ground to the second baseman. He'll have went to come home, but that was never a play coming home. He was playing in the middle of the dirt and just flipped the ball over to second base in time to get Sean Parkinson, who ran through the base for some reason.
That was one of the most confusing plays.
Jerry Cobb, the field umpire, was about to call Sean Parkinson safe until he overran the base and was tagged out. But it will be a fielder's choice RBI for Wilson Spinks. Somehow that wasn't turned into an inning-ending double play, and then that pitch by Oliver Tibbett is punched into right field, unable to be handled out there.
Another run scores and
By-
Manly lead at 5-3.
by Lachlan Bulmer. And all of a sudden, Manly have a 2-run lead and runners on the corners with 2 out.
Nice piece of hitting. There from Ollie Tibbett and just knocks that ball into right field, took what he was given, and once again, he reached on an error his first time up. That one will go in the book as an error, but
Still,
that's twice he's...
still no hits.
That's right.
Still no hits. Jared Cupp now. Maybe he can be the first one to find a hit in this game.
And I'll tell you what, Tibbett hasn't got a hit recorded, but you give him credit because twice he's managed to put his bat on ball for solid contact and force difficult plays for the...
Oh, hang on. They have given it a hit. There you go.
There you go. So
Scorers have given Tibbett the hit. So Tibbett has broken up the no-hitter. As Jared Cupp swings at that and misses for strike 2.
And a well-deserved RBI as well.
Definitely. Very remiss of me not to announce the umpires for this game. Behind the plate calling balls and strikes is everyone's favourite umpire, Billy Green. And in the middle, in the field, is Jerry Cobb. As Jared Cupp, I predicted him to get the first hit of this game. That was actually down to Ollie Tibbett. Cupp strikes out. That finishes the inning. But Manly knock in a couple of more unearned runs. And we have a 5-3 ball game in favour of your Manly Eagles on the Procar Automotive scoreboard. So new pitcher on the mound for the Manly Eagles is Troy Withnell. He comes onto the mound from left field and into the game, replacing the starting pitcher Wilson Spinks will be Angus Wiles. He'll take his position out in left field. So it's for all those scoring at home, it's Wiles for Spinks in the 3-hole, and then 1-7, 7-1. And leading off will be Jack Clapham, the Canterbury third base. His team have a couple of runs to claw back here in the top of the third inning, mainly with the 5-3 lead.
Withnell coming off the start last weekend where he gave up the 3-run first inning, then pitched well for a couple more. Be interesting to see how he backs up that first start of the season as the wind continues to wreak havoc here in our broadcast position.
Blowing our paperwork all over the place. It's in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike for Troy Withnell.
We often talk about the minds. We've talked a bit already this season about the mindset of young pitchers. Be interesting to see. I thought
Just a little bit wild there, just falling off the mound a little bit, dragging the pitch across the plate. That pitch is in there. Strike 2, just straight down the middle. Sometimes you just got to throw it there, eh?
that's right. A nice little change up.
Took a bit of speed off it. Down the inside corner. 2-2 now for Clapham. Does get the strike 3 call on the outside corner. Parkinson knocks it down and will just lob it over the first base to complete the out. And we have a 1 away here.
That's a good way to come into the game in the third inning.
In the third inning. So back-to-back innings started with outs, which is always important. Even though with looking a little bit wild just to start this one. Found his range. Kept his cool and got the punchy. In there for strike 1. Okay, so I do apologise.
I was looking at that going.
So, for some reason, Troy Withnell is wearing number 87 on the mound.
That's what I thought was happening there.
However, it is in fact Angus Wiles on the mound.
Yeah.
So I'll be speaking to the under 18s manager for giving me incorrect details. Because you were talking about.
Well, what a great start he had last week.
Correct, and I was like,
it was him.
Angus Wiles pitched last week, and I know Troy Withnell is a catcher normally, so I thought it was a bit strange, as that is strike 3 outside corner. Yamanaka not happy with the call, but that looked as good of a strike as you'll ever see.
Well, I was thinking it looked like it. Just the way. Well, it is him, so it obviously looked like him.
It's funny you say that. Funny you say that, Alex.
I thought, gee, they've got very similar pitching actions.
To be honest, we were having that many issues last week.
I know.
I didn't see a lot of Wiles on the mound, so there will definitely be a fine imposed on these two gentlemen
for switching jerseys,
for wearing the wrong jersey, and also the manager for not making sure they had the right number. That ball hit to Tibbet, knocks it down, keeps it in front. Long throw across the diamond. Too high. Minor collision at first base. No one's at fault there. There'll be nothing in it. Nice defensive stop by Tibbet. Just threw the ball a little bit high. Trying to rush the throw over. To try and get the hustling catcher, Kai Jedrzak.
That's one you just want him to eat and hold on to.
No, you need to take that extra fraction of a second. You don't want to rush it. You have plenty of time to make the throw. It was a good defensive play. The ball did squirt away from him a little bit further than those ones kind of do, but just a learning curve for him there. As that strike 1. Harrison Gidney looking a little bit confused as to that location, but strike 1 called. Very good morning to Matt Jeeves from Stream My Sport. Good to have you watching. Another beautiful windy day here at Aquatic Ballpark. Just glad that we're not underwater. Great job by the grounds crew this morning to get this ground up and playable. And Diamonds 2 and 3 also looking pretty good. Unfortunately, minor league action up here has been cancelled for today, so we won't be bringing you any updates later in the afternoon. Wiles files in another strike, fouled off by Gidney, battling to stay alive and keep this top of the third inning going for his side, trailing by 2 here in the top of the third. Wiles looking to put his donut up on the scoreboard.
It's been good to see him attacking with that fastball a lot more than he did last week. He was, well, we were saying we thought he was overusing his off-speed stuff a little bit, but you see the trouble the Vikings hitters are having with the 2 pitches Manly have put out there so far, and the life on their fastball, the velocity on their fastball.
Such a big rangy kid as well, and has such a very...
Well, that's what I was saying to you last week, right? He looks like a pitcher.
Yeah.
He looks like a starting pitcher. He's got the long legs, sort of shorter torso. And when he's controlling that fastball, he's very difficult to hit.
Very animated motion is
Yeah.
the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
We'll see what
But
jersey
consistent.
Troy Withnell is wearing on left foot. No, he's got 75 on. So
Administrative error.
someone stuffed up somewhere. I'm going to blame Gavin Parkinson.
In any case, it's good to see Wiles in this ball game pitching well.
Another pop up by Gidney right side. First base coach just getting in the way of Jaden Grant, but the ball was well and truly out of play.
Keep attacking Gidney with that pitch. Struggled with it in his first at bat. It's been the same here. 2-2, runner on first, 2 up. I think that's the first breaking ball we've seen from him in this appearance,
Yeah,
and it ends up a couple of feet in front of home plate.
Three and two. So payoff pitch here for Wiles. He wants to get this inning done quickly. Get back in the dugout and put a jumper on. Grant just keeps that ball in front.
He's played a good defensive first base so far today,
Yeah,
Grant.
had one get past him just before, was a little bit unlucky. Whenever the ball gets past first base on the pickoff, then it's the pitcher's fault for not throwing it.
That's
in the
exactly
spot.
right.
So he won there. Takes off, does Jedrzak.
Ooh, and that
And
hit
he's
him.
going to foul that one into himself. Bit of pain shown there by Gidney, maybe in the lower part of the leg.
No one hurt. Those ones.
They do, they sting. Hello, Benjamin Logue. Morning in Australia, 11:24 a.m. So another 3-2 pitch coming from Wiles.
We get the start today, Benny?
We will see. Time will tell. As that takes off again, 3-2, up and overhead. It will be ball 4. So good at bat there by
Not kidding. Not kidding.
Gidney.
Works his second walk, and they've both been very similar at bats. He's battling.
Deep in the count, plenty of fouls.
That's what you want out of your 8-hole hitter.
Definitely. Turn over your 9-hole, he'll turn over your leadoff. Inside, strike 1. Good start. That's just what you want. First pitch strikes, get ahead. Dominate the inside part of the zone, dominate the count. Put the pressure on the hitter to make the decision. That's the outside. 1-on-1. Good pitch there by Jaden Grant, finding the outside corner. Good bit of catching by Parkinson to frame it up. Billy Green calling it strike 2. So Jaden Grant again, 1 strike away from getting this inning out. Swings and misses, and he gets that strikeout. So the first donut of the day is up on the board. Manly lead at 5-3. And we'll have Jackson Taylor, Jaden Grant and Ryan Ego to come up when we return in the bottom half of this 3rd inning. does take ball 4 up and away. So good at bat by the Manly first baseman. Draws himself the walk. Struck out in his first at bat. Hands it over to Ryan Ego. His tent is determined to launch.
I can't wait till we get to first grade tonight, Luke, because you know the wind will only get stronger.
Please don't say that. It's not something I'm not looking for. As Jedras that can't find the ball, blocks it, but just pushes it up the third base line and far enough away for Jaden Grant to move up 90 feet into scoring position.
It's been a little bit wild since coming on. Riley?
It's just been a wild day, mate. This wind's just really wreaking havoc with everything.
Yep.
The tent, our computers, these players. 2 weeks in a row. I don't know what the conditions were like out at Riverside last week, but they were pretty average here all day.
Can't imagine at Riverside it would have been any nicer
Any different?
or warmer. No.
And it's a very tree-heavy area as well. Yeah, apologies to Jacob, just forgetting to flip the microphone back on. And a wild pitch, we'll see Jaden Grant head to third, maybe thinking about coming home, but not that adventurous. And he'll just pull into third base.
And doesn't need to be.
No, nothing silly, you're up by a couple.
Just looking for some insurance here, and anything to the right side or in the outfield will have him scoring anyway. As long as it's not lasered at that first baseman.
Score update from the cricket. Couple of early wickets for the Aussies.
Much needed.
Much needed. England now 5 for 250, still trailing Australia's first inning lead by 28 runs. Milan out for 82, Root out for 89. So
the two-set batsman,
Yep.
even better.
Stokes 13 not out, Butler 8 not out, Ollie Pope caught Smith, bowled line. So Gary gets 400 and he gets 401. He dismissed Milan and then he got Pope. So he's got 400 and he's got 401.
When it rains, it pours.
That's right, mate.
Particularly with spinners.
So that's your little cricket update for the day. We'll bring you one a little bit later. Of course, with no minor league on today, we need something to fill the airways with. Right, here you go. Punches that ball through the gap, and it's our first legitimate hit of the day. And Manly do knock in that 6th run. And that is, like I said, the first legitimate hit of the day. Couple of 2 hits early in the game. Could have gone either way.
And now our man Troy Withnall with a chance to keep the line moving.
Or is it who we're looking for? Angus Wiles. No, it's Troy Withnall. All right.
And now Ego gets himself into scoring position with a stolen base on that first pitch.
Nice hook there in there for strike one.
Well, this has been a lot more complete performance by Manly than even a week ago. They've looked more settled in the box. They've managed to put their defence together eventually. Promising signs. And had 2 really good pitching appearances to this point.
Not to say last week wasn't bad.
No, absolutely.
The bats certainly let them down a little bit in key situations. Pitching from Jaden Grant last week was outstanding. He just had that rough first inning, which put them behind early, and they just couldn't claw it back. Yeah, against a side like Borkham Hills, you can't give them that kind of
Yep.
leverage early in the game. That pitch is up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ego takes off the third. Every base runner's nightmare. You get a great jump, and then the hitter fouls it off. 2-2 pitch, maybe had to protect a little bit. Billy Green has been calling those low and outside pitches. Didn't want to take the risk of being rung up. But Ego had that base stolen. He was in the getaway car. Oh, check over at second. Now they're giving him a bit of attention.
It's funny how that happened.
It's like when I'm playing online, mate, I try to steal the base and I try to steal it again and I get picked off or thrown out on a pitch out. It's got to be better than that. I actually was famously picked off against Canterbury
Is that right?
on a 3-2 count, 2 out from second base.
Runner behind you or?
Loaded bases,
Loaded
3-2,
bases.
2 out.
Yep.
So you're going on the pitch, but for whatever reason, the pitcher
They-
decided to spin around
Throw it
and
at second.
get the slow guy out at second.
Oh.
And I was hung out to dry. So Withnell lost that one up. Ego
Ooh, go.
forgets how many outs there were. Thought it was 2 out. Barreled himself at third base. Mark Spence sent him back. And luckily for him, the Canterbury second baseman not quite awake to what was going on. And wasn't able to get the throw back to the base to get the double play. So 2 out now and back to the top of the lineup for Jacob Wanda. A walk, 2 walks.
Walking a ground out.
Walk on the ground out.
So far today, 0 for 1 with that walk, which came around to score on the. Ooh, so we nearly get blown away here. Came around to score on the fielder's choice.
As much
From
as
Will
this tent
Spence.
is giving us some good protection, it's almost more work than it's worth.
Riley trying to limit the damage here for the Vikings. He takes off again for third base.
There you go. Finally moves up to third base. Yeah, it's stolen, and then he tried to take it on a fly ball with only 1 out. It's finally his. 1 ball, 1 strike for Jacob Wanda.
Played a good third base last week, Jake. Move across to second today.
And the hook comes out on the outside corner for strike 2. So
That's a really nice bit of pitching.
Yep.
Way to keep a hitter off balance is being able to throw that breaking ball for strikes as well, particularly backdoor. And it's a really nice pitch. One thing to call it, to execute it's another thing.
and that'll be down the dirt, bouncing away. It'll allow Ego to race in and score.
Completely lost the grip on that pitch, didn't he? Should have stuck with the breaking stuff, controlling it better. makes them Grand Slam proof. The Eagles get that 4-run lead up.
Don't speak too soon, mate.
I said they're Grand Slam proof. I didn't say they're home and hosed. Counts 2-2 to Wanda, 2 down. Manly trying to tack on some more here in the bottom of the third. The curveball is a swinging bunt, really. Straight
Wanda.
back to catcher. And
It's going to be
throw
out at
is in
first
time.
base.
Nice
Just
bit
gets
of
him
play.
by a step. So, we are through 3. Your Manly Eagles lead 7-3 on the Procar Automotive scoreboard. Angus Wiles back out for another inning of work here, top of the 4th inning. About half an hour left of play here in this under-18s round 2 fixture. Manly up 7-3. Looking for another nought on the scoreboard.
Try and move back to 1-1 at the start of the year. Get yourselves in a nice bit of rhythm after that tough first up loss. They're in that game the whole way against Porco. Wrecked by a rough first inning in the field and could never recover from that. But been a lot better here today. And once it's sort of adjusted to these windy conditions, it's been an improved performance. Good to see 2 guys on the mound that hopefully we're seeing for a very long time here in Maroon and White.
Definitely.
Not the best start to this top of the 4th inning. Walk
No.
on 4 pitches
Not what you're wanting.
from Wiles to
shut
the
that.
lead-up player.
Shutdown inning would be preferred.
Has to attack Mioto here. Has to make him show that he can swing that bit of lumber on his shoulder. 2 walks so far today. Runner takes off.
So 5 straight balls from Angus Wiles. Just need to recalibrate. Get himself back in this count. And there he is straight away, down and away for strike one.
So good for a pitcher's mindset coming back out with a little bit of a lead as well, knowing that if you walk that first hitter, you start off a bit rough, you have a little bit of leeway. Not that you want to rely on it, but
having it there, it certainly helps.
absolutely. Especially the guys behind him as well.
Misses up and in. As Miotto jumping out of the way.
Hopefully it means you can be more aggressive as well.
The old lob over to second base.
Got to be so careful with those. So careful. There's a pitch.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. 2 and 2. That's right, mate. Get used to that. Happens about 40 times a day.
Stay aggressive, attack that zone. There it is.
Just misses down. Feels the count up.
That same spot, just elevate it. Inch or so.
Gets the foul ball. Strike 3. Strike him out. Can't throw him out. First out here, top of the 4th. Nice pitch there by Jaden Grant to get strike 3. Otto not able to put a swing on it. Brings out the left-handed hitting Zach Curtis. Takes ball down. Ball 1.
Curtis with a strikeout and a walk to this point. He's had trouble. Well, he did when Spinks was on the mound catching up that fastball. Like to see Wiles be aggressive here around the zone.
Took 2 pretty ugly swings at that fastball up and in.
Picks off to third. Not something you see too often.
No, he was trying to calm himself down.
I think Curtis will be looking to be aggressive here. There's a ball in play. Probably scores a run from third.
Manly infield. Regulation depth, they're not really worried about the run. They're happy to give up the run to get the out. It'll be the second out of the inning if it happens.
That was a swing at a ball that wasn't too close to the zone either.
Nice little loopy curveball on the outside corner, gets him swinging and missing.
Well, he's just swung at 2 pitches that haven't been close. I won't be throwing anything near the zone with this 1-2 pitch.
High fastball, I reckon, top of the zone. Speed it up. Just gone soft.
There it is.
Misses away on that occasion.
Now you can come back at him.
This is what we talk about getting too cute.
Yeah.
You got a guy that's just flailing at stuff, and then you try and speed one past him away.
There
you go. Gets the tip on the edge, but it's strike 3. That's the second out here in the top of the 4th inning.
5 strikeouts now for Angus Wiles. He's been dominant. Up there when he's been able to find the zone, there's been 0 hard contact against him. Really giving the Vikings all sorts of problems at the plate.
Bit of nightmares. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks.
Credit to him, he's been more aggressive with that fastball today than he was last week. It makes it hard when you don't have that command in the first inning like he didn't last week, but today he's been right in and around that strike zone all day.
Straight back up the middle, and Canterbury do knock in that run from third base.
I don't think you might seen that. It's a pitch that leaked over the heart of the plate a little bit. Good approach from Campbell to just knock it straight back where it came from, but nothing wrong with being aggressive there as a pitcher. And you know, if you give up that one run, that's all you're going to give up today. It's a good day's work. Clapham 0 for 2 as he steps in.
That'll be Canterbury's first legitimate hit as well.
There you go.
And Canterbury 4 runs on
Right
2
you are.
hits, 3 errors. Manly 7 runs, 2 hits, 3 errors. Just missing inside for ball 1, ball on the strike.
Spot on that inside corner.
Getting behind that runner, he takes off, pulls it hard down on the ground. Just asking the question whether it was off his toe. And it is called out. Whether it's out on the ground ball or whether he's out of the box. And that will be the third out of the inning. Bit of confusion going on, but Canterbury get 1 run on the board. They trail 7-4 when we head to the bottom of the 4th. Sean Parkinson takes strike one from the new pitcher. Fouls that one off. Jack Clapham is the new pitcher for Canterbury. Jai Burns moves from left field to third base, and the pitcher who was Shane Riley goes to left field. So Max Mioto is now out of this game, being that the pitcher has come from the field. Takes Mioto out of the game. One and two.
Parkinson has walked twice today.
Fouls that one off.
You guys okay?
And in there for strike three. Parkinson going down looking. First out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. This will possibly be the last inning here this morning, or as it is now lunchtime this afternoon. Clock just ticked over to midday. We won't have a new inning starting after 12:05. That's in there for strike one.
So crucial for the Vikings. If they want another bite of the cherry, they've got to get out of this inning as soon as possible.
Angus Wiles wants to have a long at bat here. Take time off the clock. Swings at that curveball from Clapham. Right side, long run for Curtis, but it gets out of play. He's quickly behind 0-2.
And Clapham's looked good. Sits down, probably the best hitter in the Manly lineup, and has been aggressive again to his opposing pitcher. Something the Vikings haven't done today is get ahead in counts.
So 0-2 for Wiles. Swings, misses, held on by Jedrzak. So two quick outs here for the Canterbury side. Oliver Tibbett running to the batter's box, but Oliver, just take your time, mate. Check your shoelaces. Take a deep breath. We're in no hurry to send you out there.
Maybe he's trying to get in the zone. Maybe he's trying to get up there so he can get on base as quickly as possible. Already been on twice today.
Mate, I just take that and take a 2 for 2 day.
E6 and a knock to right.
There you go. Knocked to left, wasn't it?
No, I'm gonna stick with myself there.
Didn't he
It was
pull
a knock, no, knock to right. No, because the right fielder made a.
Oh, that was the
play
one the
to
right
try and
fielder.
make it.
The right fielder dropped. Sorry, I
Yeah.
thought it was his
Tough
that was
play.
the first real hit.
So now you're bagging the scorers.
No, I'm not bagging the scorers. Definitely not bagging the scorers. They do a tremendous job.
And that one's
As that
fallen in as
ball
well.
is fair, so it's a 2 for 3 day for Oliver Tibbett. The first genuine hit. The first hit that wasn't, misplayed or not handled by a fielder.
Are you putting that one in that category? The two
No,
barrier?
that's a long run. That's a that's just a windy single, a windy double,
windy
a wind
double.
assisted double. The ball gets high up there, and it's proven that it's causing havoc. Long run over there for Bulmer, and just doesn't get there. That was probably going straight to him without this wind. as Jared Cup takes ball 1. And I need to focus on what I'm doing here. 2 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Slow moving game. Ball 2. And we're about a minute and 35 seconds away from this game being done. 2-1 now for Cup. Looking for his first hit of the day.
Needs to be nice and patient here, Jared.
Struck out on 3 straight pitches in his last at-bat. Pops that one up. That's going to come to us, no? Oh, wow, went all the way up to the clubhouse. Didn't think it had that much on it.
Serious.
2 on, 2 out. Sorry, 2 and 2 count, 2 out. And a runner on second in the form of Oliver Tibbett, who's enjoyed a 2 for 3 day. Lifts that one up high. Found out of play again.
Turned on that ball.
Did.
Just couldn't keep
Got
his
on it
hands
very.
inside it.
Got on it very quickly. Up the handle a little bit.
How's our game clock looking there, Luke?
Mate, we've got 15 seconds. Up for ball 3. So it feels the count 3 and 2, 2 out. So this will be it this inning. Rips that one, but foul into the igloo cage, bouncing back into the field of play. We'll see another one here from Jared Cup. See if we can put the next one in play. Interesting. Canterbury have a left-handed third baseman.
Yes.
Not something you see every day.
No, when the move was made to stick Riley the pitcher into left, move the lefty Burns into third base. I did see him taking ground balls before the start of the game today. So it's obviously not the most unusual thing in the world.
But if you look at it, they do have.
They got a righty.
Well,
no, they don't.
Riley was a
lefties.
left-handed pitcher.
Yep.
Burns is obviously left-handed. The centre fielder is left-handed, and the right fielder is left-handed.
And no righties left.
And they do have a left-handed first baseman. So use what you got.
Well, you're right-handed in this team. You're playing a pivot spot.
And that one looped over the top of the right-handed shortstop. Oliver Tibbett will be held at third base. And that's a knock there for Jackson Taylor. Billy Green just coming over to the umpire to check if we've got a result. And he says we do. That game is in the books. Manly win this one 7-4, the final. There's no need for this game to go on any longer. With time having passed, we can't start a new inning. Manly have the lead. Run us through some highlights.
Really good appearances on the mound from Will Spinks and last week's starter in Angus Wiles, and two guys that pitched real well today. Canterbury couldn't scratch across anything significant after the first inning.
No, we're going to continue on.
Continue on here.
All right.
So I've given us the early recap there. We might.
Well, good thing I didn't actually have your microphone connected, so we only got the tail end of that, so you can recap
I'll
it.
start again.
Recap it. We've got load of bases here with 2 out, and it's Jalen Grant hacking at that first pitch for strike 1.
No, but Ollie Tibbett's been the play today, hasn't he?
Has had a very big game. 2 hits. Third one,
Was a hard hit ball.
hard hit ball, which was ruled an error, but the ball put in play nonetheless. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And that's what opened up this game in the second inning.
Another swing and a miss there by Jaden Grant. Maybe he just wants to swing and miss and finish this game off. Takes that pitch down. Evens the count at 2-2.
Clapping with a 2-2, and that hit him.
It's hit the bat, I think.
The bat?
Yeah, just off the bat.
Sound woody.
Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Right up and in.
Manly looking at their first 0 of the day. See if Jaden Grant can put up a crooked number, and he can't. Can't hold back on the swing. That's strike 3. Now we have a final. Alex Molchanoff, give us your game recap.
Well, we'll start again. So the first inning, Vikings scratching 2 across after some sloppy play. We didn't have any hits into the
First 2 innings, into the third.
into the end of the second inning, with Ollie Tibbett's single to right field driving in a run, but by that stage, Manly were already up 5-3. He was a player of the day for me, Ollie Tibbett, with his appearances at the plate. Played some very good baseball, and Manly's pitching was terrific. It was good to see Will Spinks and Angus Wiles pitch well, and really not give the Vikings hitters anything that they could hit hard, and they struggled to swing the bats well today. Manly took that lead early and didn't give it up after that first inning.
Well, that game's in the books. Manly with their first win in the under-18s competition. Hopefully the Maroon can continue their winning ways today. We'll have third grade kick off in about 20 minutes' time if we haven't blown away by then. So thanks for tuning in to this under-18